Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now. So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Sappica som chiede cosa bappa con sa felino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Triple-Double Thursday. Yeah, Beltway Ben. This is Wanna Bet. I'm Jason. That's Ben. We've got some new friends I haven't been able to cut out yet, but Ben did. That's Lilo. That's Kona. Did I line them up there good? It's hard. I can't see my own return when I do that.
Yeah.
There we go. The good luck triple-double parlay dogs. How about that? We expand the Wanna Bet family, and Beltway Ben hits a bomb. We thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the show, we give you our favorite plays 7 days a week right here. If you're watching now but don't think you can watch live all the time at these times, please subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. You'll get a notification when it drops. Bam, you can listen to it driving home before you bet that way. First, second, third down are three favorite plays of the day. Fourth and long, could be fourth and short. Quick hitters, fourth and short to get you paid quickly in the game, first quarter, first half. Fourth and long, long-term bets, more long shot bets. There you go. Boy, isn't that really, it's pretty cheeky, huh? Overtime football parlays or football parlays every single day. And unlike the mooks, jackasses, and frauds, we keeps it real here and we show our work. Last night, I did not have a lot going in real time. College of Charleston, look, they won. They outscored Citadel by 20 points over the final 25 minutes of that game, Ben. The problem is they fell behind 17 before they did it. So, yeah, that sucked. Enough about me, though. Beltway Ben had some great calls in the college gridiron and especially on Josh Giddey that included, even though it's not up there, we can't put all our winners up there, a triple-double. Beltway Ben, the floor is yours. Rightfully so.
Yeah, very exciting night. We'll start with the bad. Minnesota Timberwolves end up losing that game, and we would have cashed for 35 cents if they won because Anthony Edwards was ruled out. Thought he would play. Yeah. We gave this out early. He didn't play. So that was the one loss. Next, Delaware. Over 129.5 rushing yards. Running back had a great game. He had a 70-yard rush in the first half, and I knew that we would cash there. And then to Josh Giddey. A great night from Josh Giddey. I'll be completely honest with you. At halftime, when I saw, watching how it was going, he had 6 combined. I was like, I'm cooked. I'll still maybe cash rebounds. I might cash rebounds and assists, but triple-double probably isn't going to happen. The double-double still could if he can grab 6 boards. He has 5 assists in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the second half. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is life. And he had 7 and 7 with about 4 minutes left in the third quarter. And I'm like, talked about it yesterday. Sometimes when guys get close in the NBA, players know it. Teammates know it.
When he got to 7 and 7, brother, I knew we were home because I did
100%.
put $10 on it like I said I would. I knew we were home when he got 7 and 7.
Yeah, he was right there, needed to get there. And we played him a lot of different ways. We played double-double, triple-double, rebounds and assists, rebounds and plus money. So we cashed all those and finished up north of 5 units.
Yeah, and he ended up getting the final rebound, the 10th rebound he got with I think it was 4.5 minutes left in the game.
Oh, yeah.
A little more.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't even sweaty. I mean, I texted you. I didn't want to jinx it, but at 7 and 7, I really wanted to text you because I'm like, he's going to get this early in the fourth quarter. Like, it's pretty clear he's the best player on the court, and Cleveland's kind of hanging around but not really threatening. He's going to be able to just, grab his shit, and he did. Yeah, I should have put more on it. I really liked it. As you said it, I jumped on the one prop, and then when you gave out the triple-double, I even said, dude, you got to put $10 on that. Great call, Beltway Ben. It also occurred to me this morning, Beltway Ben, we've given out over 1,000 free winners on this show in 6 months.
Yes.
A little over 6 months.
Yeah, we're up 40 units as a show. We're the road to 100 still there.
Wish it was better. It's mostly you. But we do like a lot in this game tonight.
Yes.
And we've already given out a lot on this game tonight, me in particular. So if you're going to watch my bets tonight and you're like, well, damn, all he gave out was one money line and a Parkinson. We're on a bunch of Parkinson from earlier in the week. We're on Darnold. We're on Stafford. We're on, frankly, a lot. And go back and check out the last couple of days of shows. It's littered with bets that we wanted to get early on this game. So let's get to today. First down for me. It's a familiar refrain around here. Give me Joker. He's at home. Give me a triple-double. A lot of places have this priced around minus 101, minus 105, minus 108. I played it at Fanatics this morning, and by morning, I mean, I still checked on it an hour ago. It was still there. Fanatics plus 115 on the triple-double. Look, Orlando is playing better basketball, but this guy gets triple-doubles against anybody. He's played 11 home games, Beltway Ben. He's got a triple-double in 8 of them. We've dug down on this before. He struggles against Sacramento in terms of triple-doubles. Home and road, his overall PRA numbers skewed down a little bit. Is that because of, Sabonis and them having sort of a Joker center, whatever? I don't know. But that matchup isn't great for him. So there's 3 times he hasn't hit the triple-double at home. 2 are against Sacramento. We lay off him against Sacramento. 1 was against Golden State, Beltway Ben, when he had 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. So obviously, he was right there. It is not uncommon for this to happen in the first half, and they haven't played since Monday. He's got fresh legs. Orlando's playing good ball. I think he gets a good run here. Oh, yeah, and the one he didn't get against Golden State, that was NBA Cup. So it wasn't even maybe, quite the same as regular season. Anywho, we like Joker triple-doubles at home, and for plus money, we really like them.
I'm going to go to tonight's matchup, and we're going to play something that I wish there was better value on it. I wish we weren't paying this much juice, but I think that it's going to be a lot of throws underneath and easy throws for Sam Darnold, and Kenneth Walker should be a part of it. Kenneth Walker, 2+ receptions at minus 150. Again, I don't want to play this juice, especially for a guy that's gone under this in 2 straight. But before that, he was over in 3 straight, including 1 matchup with this Rams team. Now, we know the front that they have. We know the defense that they have that's kind of started letting up. And guys are going over this every single week against them in terms of RB1s. Now, the issue here is Charbonnet and how all that works and other backup guys, how they get the football to. But if Kenneth Walker's not going to be able to get it growing on the ground, even though they tried to kind of force it into him a little bit the last time they matched up, because, again, Darnold threw 4 picks, and that was just an ugly showing. If that's the case, and you know what happened the last time they played, and everybody in that locker room loves Darnold, and they said he didn't really throw them out of that game. He's been good all year. If he doesn't throw 4 picks, they win that game. There's no way around it. So if that's the case, it's got to be some easy throws for him. Let him throw the football underneath and get the ball to guys who can make plays with green grass in front of them. And Kenneth Walker is one of those guys. Earlier in the year, we saw him 3 catches for 30, 3 for 18, 3 for 44, 2 for 19. In those areas, he can make plays in the passing game and the run game. And I think they want to keep him involved. As I said before, Charbonnet is definitely a factor. I don't love that for this situation, but I think they will throw the football on enough Kenneth Walker snaps to where he'll catch a few passes. 2 should not be too much to ask for. So give me Kenneth Walker, 2+ receptions, minus 150.
Excellent. Second down, we're staying in the association. We're going over in the Clippers Thunder game. That's at 221.5 right now. Just a standard minus 110. Pretty much all over the place. OKC coming off their most bitter defeat in a long time, Beltway Ben. They lose to San Antonio in the semifinals of the NBA Cup. They've been playing pissed off all year. It looks like they've been chasing the wins record, and they haven't always covered because the numbers have been getting big, and this is are pushing 20 now. But they've tended to do the job offensively, and even if this is one where it's a blowout and they take SGA off the court, maybe they suffer a little bit defensively, but those guys get a whole run in the fourth quarter. With a big lead, they're taking their shots. They're scoring their points. So I played this just a game over. I thought about Thunder team total over. I thought about laying the points with the Thunder. But I'm just going over. What's happened this year when the Thunder have played games with the total 225 and below? It hasn't happened very often. It's happened 6 times. When the total's been 225 and lower, the Thunder are 5-1 to the over. This is the second lowest total of the year. The only one that was lower was the last time they played the Clippers, 219.5. What happened in that game, Beltway Ben? They combined for 235 points. What happens when the Clippers face top 5 NBA teams? They've done it 4 times this year. All 4 have gone over. They've gone over by 13.5, 6.5, 21.5, and 11.5. The Thunder last 10 games at home. 8 of those they've scored 121 or more. They average 125 points in their last 10 at home. How about the Clippers' net defense rating on the road this season? 26th in the NBA. Not very good. Could Harden get going in garbage time and they fight to try to keep it close and close the gap and get us to a backdoor? Maybe. But I think the Thunder are going for 125-ish themselves, and I think we get 100 out of the Clippers, at least 95, and that gets us over. So we are over on this one for a rested Thunder team that we think might score 130, frankly.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the tight end market for tonight's game, but I'm going to a different tight end. We're going to go with Terrence Ferguson, 20-plus receiving yards at minus 120. And we're also going to play Terrence Ferguson over 1.5 receptions at minus 140. A little bit of juice, but I do like what we have here. Ferguson ran more routes than anybody on the Rams, including Puka Nacua, last week. He's been on the field a lot. And the good thing with him is they can line him up out wide. They can line him up in line. They can line him up in the slot. And they've done it all season when he's been on the field. Now, you draft him, you want to try to develop him, and we're starting to see that a little bit. Now, the performance and the numbers haven't been there yet. He hasn't done much of anything. But as I said before, he ran more routes than anybody else last week. And he also had a season high in snap share. He was on the field over 70% of the time, which was more than he's been all season. It's clear they want to start diving into him. Ran a lot of routes last week compared to the last time that these two teams faced off. Jason mentioned it yesterday. The Seahawks are garbage against tight ends. They're allowing more receiving yards to tight ends than almost anybody else in the NFL. Now, you also have to take into account Ferguson, and you also have to take into account whatever else they have at tight end because other guys get involved. Now, Ferguson. You have to take into account Parkinson and other guys that can get involved there. I get all that. But the Seahawks, how they are against tight ends and what they are doing against wide receivers, the tight ends are going to have to be a factor. And you also can line Ferguson up out wide, like I said. You can line him up where you want. And with him being on the field so much last week, I do expect more of that to continue. And if that's the case, we are betting on expectation and what should happen. If he's on the field, he should catch 2 passes and go over 20-plus yards.
Love it. Third down, staying in the association, following a trend we've been on for, I don't know, probably about 10 days now. The NBA schedule's been janky with all the NBA Cup stuff, so not as much inventory for a lot of teams. But we've been tracking Pelicans overs at home, and we are going to play over 233 here. Rockets at Pels. It's juiced a little bit minus 112, but we're and again, look, where did I get this? I got this at 230 2 days ago. But again, so I'm trying to give you the best real time here. I like the 233 minus 112. The Rockets are over in 3 straight games. We know the Rockets are an explosive offensive team. Şengün can hang triple doubles on anybody. KD gets his. Scoring can come from all over. It's a deep team. The second team has a multitude of scoring options as well. What's happened when the Rockets have faced bottom 12 teams in the NBA this season? Well, those games are 8-3 to the over, and 7 of those games have gone over basically by 10 or more points. Pels, 7-3 to the over their last 10. Pels over 6 straight at home. Pels over in 9 of their last 10 at home. These games are going over, Beltway Ben, by 21.5, 28.5, 7.5, 61.5, 24.5, 29.5, 7.5, 11.5, 3.5. Everybody's rested. Derek Queen doing his thing. Pels, run and gun. They're going to score, try to score 3 for every 2 you get. The Rockets are a good defensive team, but I just think this has the potential to be played, frankly, north of 240. So at 233, we still likey.
I got 2 different defensive plays, and it's rare that we play defensive props on here. I think I've given out a sack once or twice, and I don't really dive into the market enough, as I probably should in some of these matchups. But with this physical type of game, I'm going to do 2 different things here. We'll play first Ernest Jones, 6+ tackles and assists and Jared Verse 3+ tackles and assists, which get us to -130. Ernest Jones is the toss in to get us a fair number and take the juice down a little bit. Ernest Jones, he's got 6+ tackles or assists in every single game he's played in. The addition of him to a Mike McDonald defense last year at the deadline has changed a lot of things. They like what they have there. And it's just been a great addition. He's a dog. He likes these matchups. And he's the one who I said before talked about Sam Darnold and was saying, took up for the guy and said, we need to come better to play. He's just a leader. He's a good football player. I like Ernest Jones a lot. I think he has a strong game. 6+ he had in the last time they matched up. Now, Jared Verse, last time they played, he had 3+, so he got this number. And it's been a roller coaster of a year for tackles, as it is with most edge rushers, right? Guys are running away from you. It's sometimes hard for edge rushers to get tackles, but he's due for a spot, right? He's had 1 and 2 straight games. He hasn't gone more than 3 games other than once this year where he hasn't had 3+ tackles or assists. I think he's going to get to the quarterback. I think he will be in the backfield. I think he'll shut down a few runs. And all we need him to do is get involved on just a few plays. Tackles and assists are much different than just tackles, which is the good thing there with this prop, which is why I added that, because tackles by itself is tough unless he's getting to the quarterback all night. But with that being said, I will also take him to record a sack at +116. Now, it's the same thing for a half a sack. If he can get to the quarterback and split a sack with somebody, we get this. Sam Darnold has taken 8 sacks in his last 4 games. Now, a lot of that came in just one matchup with the Vikings where he took 4, but we've seen some pressure taken on him. And Jared Verse, they're starting to chip him. Teams are doing what they can to take him away. But Charles Cross is going to be out tonight, and that is massive for a guy like Jared Verse. I think he's going to be getting to the quarterback. I think he'll be providing a lot of pressure. I think we see him in the backfield a lot, and sometimes sacks suck because you have a guy, intentional groundings, you don't get it, and all of those things. But I do think Verse finishes one tonight. He's one of the best up-and-coming edge rushers in the NFL. So give me Jared Verse to record a sack, +116.
Going to get to a little bit more of this in my overtime, but I don't think anybody's talking nearly enough about Seattle being without their left tackle, about Darnold late in seasons and the way he fades, about Darnold already seeing ghosts when it comes to the Rams in particular. 9 picks in his last 3 games against the Rams. The weight, Darnold under the weight of expectations. Seattle being better on the road than at home in general. But that Rams front being able to get off against the Seattle offensive line that's without their left tackle. And all the money keeps coming in on Seattle. I mean, you can now get 2 points on the Rams. Interesting. Okay, 4th down. I got a couple plays for you here. I'll start in 4th and long and then go to 4th and short. Can you move and you'll be able to move the little thing?
Yeah.
So let's start in 4th and long. And then we'll get to 4th and short. 4th and long. I'm putting this in 4th and long because it's a long shot. Let's start with the Houston Texans to win to 0. How about that? Soccer bet. Houston Texans to win to 0. What does that mean? It means the Houston Texans win the game and pitch a shutout. And we're going to do a half unit choppy on this at 12-1. The Raiders offense is a joke. I don't really care. People saying Geno might come back. It doesn't matter. The Raiders can't generate 200 yards a game. The Raiders have gone without an offensive touchdown 4 times already this season, including last week. They're struggling to score double digits a game, and they're facing a Texans defense that is absolutely airtight. Could they give up a little bit in garbage time late in this game? Maybe. I also think D'Amico Ryans wouldn't mind pitching a shutout. And whether it's Geno, whether it's Pickett, I think they're going to throw some picks against the best secondary in the NFL. And they've been sick of Pete Carroll's rah-rah bullshit pretty much since September, since they peaked week 1 beating New England. And so for 12-1, it happens in this league. The Texans have flirted with it, and Vegas is a joke. They averaged 1.8 yards per play last week. It's a joke. They fired their offensive coordinator. It's still a joke. We also are on Raiders under a half touchdown. Basically, Raiders not to score a touchdown at +215. Again, we played these at Bet365. I just told you the Raiders have a quarter of their games this season, more than a quarter of their games, they failed to score an offensive touchdown. And are they going to score a defensive touchdown on Houston? I doubt it. Are they going to score a special teams touchdown? I mean, it's possible. They don't have great special teams, but it's possible. It could just be a field goal game. It could just be them kicking field goals to try to escape the shutout that we're also on at 12-1. So Again, Texans highly motivated. Raiders suck. And then 4th and short. Oh, yeah, Beltway Ben. Pulling the levers, doing triple duty. The brains of the operation. Did you guys see? Now it's his 4th and short. If you're Apple bottoming and you're Spotify, you're missing out. Let's go to tonight's game. And we're all over Mr. Parkinson. Let's stay on him. 12-1 to have the first touchdown in this game. He's got a touchdown in 5 of the last 6. The Joker tight end is the key to the McVay offense. And it used to be Cooper Kupp. And he was that guy. Is he running wide receiver routes? Is he running tight end routes? What's he doing out of the slot? What's he doing as an inline blocker? Okay, so then Adams replaces him, and you still have Higbee around. Except Higbee's hurt, and Adams is hurt. Adams leads the NFL in first half touchdowns. And now for me, you're going to have Parkinson in that role. It's not really Nakua, it's Parkinson. So you got Adams, who's the first half touchdown machine, and this kid who the quarterback loves throwing to and who has touchdowns in 5 of the last 6. All the goal-to-go stuff, right? Adams had like 10 touchdowns inside goal-to-go situations. That's not Nakua as much as, for me, that's Parkinson now in this offense. And you've got a Seattle team that can't stop tight ends. And Stafford's used to looking at those concepts and looking at those routes and looking at those body types. I don't do a lot of first touchdowns. I think it's kind of a horseshit market, to be honest with you. You're throwing darts, and when somebody hits once a month, they hit a bomber and they act like they're a genius. I mean, if you're betting 4 or 5 of these every week and you're hitting once a month, you're losing a lot of money. I do it maybe 3 times a season, but we're running out of Thursday night games, and Stafford throws more short touchdown passes than anybody in the league. And the guy who catches more short touchdown passes than anybody in the league is got hurt last week. And this guy, for me, if you study that, if you talk to McVay and you talk to people who've been in that offense and you talk about the roles that different guys handle and who can run the most routes out of the most spots, I like this for 12-1.
I'm going to go with the other tight end. We're not playing first touchdown. And by the way, if you can see, we got it back to 4th and long. Isn't that pretty cool?
Ben's all over. Back to 4th and long. Look at that. Production value here off the charts. Thanks, Odyssey.
Absolutely. But we're going to go with some value here. So we're making 4th and long. Terrence Ferguson, anytime touchdown at plus 500. Jason mentioned the struggles against tight ends and what has happened there. Last week, if Matthew Stafford and Ferguson had a few more snaps together, he had a 40-plus yard touchdown down the left sideline, had him open and just overshot him. And they're still trying to get comfortable playing together. This is a new guy in an offense first year in the NFL. Things get a little difficult. All of that being said, Ferguson has been on the field more than anybody else in passing downs. 78% snap rate last week, which was more than anyone else in the passing offense. And Seattle, as dominant as their defense has been, they've allowed 5 touchdowns to tight ends, which is bottom half of the NFL. You're saying, well, that's not a lot. You also have to take into account they haven't allowed a touchdown in like 3 weeks because they're playing a lot of bad offenses. And to be fair, Mike has a great defense, a great scheme. They do a lot of damn things well. One thing they don't do is stop tight ends, and that's been one area that's beat them. If he is on the field, he's been the best run-blocking tight end they have. McVay likes him a lot. They've kept him out there. He should get a few looks in the red zone. Jason mentioned it. Devontae Adams is out. That has been the number 1 red zone target, including Puka Nacua, who's been dominant against anybody. I think the tight end gets one tonight, and I'm expecting it to be Ferguson. I think plus 500 is way too good a value to pass on.
Yeah, hey, we could both be in a money-making situation here with the Rams tight ends. All right, overtime, I got a couple of plays. We said we promised you a football parlay a day. Let's start with that. I'm going to get on this now because I don't think it'll be there by Saturday. Give me Josh Jacobs, 60-plus rushing yards and an anytime touchdown, plus 150. He has 30 touchdowns in 30 games with the Packers. He has a rushing touchdown alone in 10 of his last 12 games. And now, with the Packers beat up, and yeah, I guess Watson's playing, but what's that really going to look like? And no Kraft in the red zone. There's a really good chance that and the back and the short the third down and 2-minute back has been banged up. There's always a chance that Jacobs catches one as well. He's got great hands. He runs great routes. So the touchdown part of it, it's kind of baked into their cake. The rushing, I mean, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I've got this laddered. I've got it at 60 in an anytime touchdown. I've got it at 70 in an anytime touchdown. I've got it at 80 in an anytime touchdown. He's run for 70 or more in 5 of the last 6 games. I think the Packers, with all the injuries to their defense, lean heavily into shortening this game and beating up and wearing down a Chicago front that you can beat up and wear down with volume in the run game. Chicago has allowed teams like Minnesota to run 26 times for 120 yards. Dallas, 20 for 121. The Giants, 30 for 169. Pittsburgh, 36 for 186. They're allowing 4.5 per carry for the year. They've allowed teams to run for over 5.1 per carry as a team in 4 of the last 6 weeks. I could see LaFleur bringing in a jumbo offensive package with an extra offensive lineman if he needs to. I could even see him leaning into Jordan Love's legs a little bit and running a few RPOs with Jacobs back there. Either way, 60 is a fairly conservative number for him, and he's a touchdown machine on a team that finds itself on the road in a must-win spot against the Bears defense that can be worn down. So we like that. And then, look, we like the Rams to win this game tonight. We have all along, and I didn't play it till this morning, and I haven't given it out till now because I had a feeling these markets might turn in our favor. And at plus 110 at Bet 365 this morning, I jumped. Okay, money's coming in on Seattle. Maybe it's sharp money. Maybe it's not. It was supposed to rain like crazy. Now I guess it might rain a little bit. Like, it's going to be a little windy, and there'll be some gust. Stafford's got a howitzer. I've seen Stafford in Baltimore in a 1 p.m. kickoff against McDonald's defense when it was the best in NFL history. By some, it was the only in NFL history to lead the league in the same year in sacks, takeaways, and points allowed. And McVay had a plan, and Stafford picked them apart, and he threw to Higbee, and he threw to Kupp, and he threw to the running backs, and McDonald didn't have a lot of answers for it. So I still think Stafford gets off here. Sam Darnold sucks in December. Sam Darnold sucks in the clutch. Sam Darnold sucks against the Rams. 9 picks in his last 3 games against them. He was seeing ghosts against them a few weeks back. McDonald, he's great covering at home, not on the road. We've got a Rams team on the road, not at home. Sorry. He's at home today. Sorry. McVay is 28-11 in December. 27-10-1 against the spread in December. The Rams have won 10 of their last 12 on the road and just beat these guys a few weeks back. I mean, the Rams are 10-5 against the spread on the road since 2024. And yeah, I think they're the better team. I think they're the more balanced team. They're the more balanced offense. They've got the better quarterback, and they've been there, done that. Stafford and McVay have been doing this forever. This is uncharted territory for Darnold and McDonald. So I've liked the Rams in this spot all along, and there's great value there now on the Rams. But look, this thing got bought up for a reason. So maybe people are smarter than me. It wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time. But I think the Rams are winning this game tonight in what amounts to a playoff game. Rams on the road has been money in the bank. Seattle at home, they shit the bed.
Yeah, I got a few parlays that we'll play for this game, and then we have something in the NBA. Well, 2 things, because, of course, I'll go back to something that I've went to a lot lately, and we haven't had a lot of success with, but we'll get to that in a second. Puka Nacua, 60-plus receiving yards. JSN, 50-plus receiving yards. Ferguson, 1-plus reception. And Sam Darnold, 200-plus pass yards, plus 124. Jason just mentioned it with the weather. And earlier in the week, people were confident that it was going to be super ugly, a lot of rain. And as we've gotten closer to kickoff, it's supposed to be a little bit better than was once expected. So I think we'll see some passing tonight. I think it might be a lower scoring game just because of both of these teams in the red zone usually tighten up and buckle up and play better defense. But with that being said, you have 2 of the most consistent wide receivers in the NFL this year, in Puka Nacua and JSN. We're taking both of their numbers down, considered giving out 100-plus for each of them. And looking at the odds, like it was very good odds for 2 guys that pretty regularly go over it. But ultimately, we brought them down, and we'll just play Puka at 60 and JSN at 50. I said it before. Both of these guys are going over this number every week. Puka might get doubled. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at him. But every team does that, and every team plays him a certain way. Yep. Even without Devontae Adams, I still think he has a solid night. 60 should be no issue. JSN, same thing. I mean, the Rams' passing defense has really taken a step back. Ferguson, we broke him down earlier. We're only taking 1 reception here. That shouldn't be an issue if he does play 70+% of the snaps like he did last week. And Darnold, 200+. Jason gave out 250+ yesterday. I tailed it, put another unit on it. I think Darnold's going to be throwing the football a lot, and I think he will have to in a spot where it's got to be simple throws. It's got to be easy throws. I think their defense can be beaten in a lot of different ways. They're going to have to keep up, and I would expect Darnold to throw for 200 plus. That shouldn't be an issue. Next, I said I think they're going to throw the football a lot, but when I saw this number here, I thought I have to include it in one of the parlays. 40 plus rushing yards for Kenneth Walker was too fair of a price for me to pass on. It was about minus 175, minus 180, and this is a guy that can do it. He's strong on the ground. He's going to have an influence, and I talked about Darnold throwing the football a lot, but still he turned the ball over 4 times the last time they played. So Kenneth Walker has to have a presence in the run game. 40 plus rushing yards can be done in one half from this guy. He has the explosives. He does a lot of big things. I think he has 40 plus in what should still be a pass front or pass heavy game from them. And then Nakua 70 plus. I just broke him down. Nakua is consistent. He's as consistent as they come in the NFL. Probably the most consistent wide receiver in the NFL. We've always seen it with Stafford. When he had Cooper Kupp, it was regularity, him throwing the football his way. And that's what he liked to do. When he finds his guys, he attacks them time and time again, regardless of the competition. I think that's going to be the case here with Puka. If it's raining a little bit, if it's a little ugly, he knows how consistent Puka has been. Puka can beat you underneath. He can beat you over the top. He can beat you so many different ways. He breaks tackles. He's great after the catch. So I'm always feeling good when I put Puka in a parlay or in any type of play that I have. This gets you plus 105. Then we have an NBA play that I'm going to. Jason talked about this game earlier. He talked about the Clippers defense. He talked about all those things. We're going to play SGA for 30 plus points and Jalen Williams over 10.5 rebounds and assists. You parlay these two together, plus 198. Jalen Williams, now that Hartenstein's out again, I love taking rebounds and assists in these spots. He's aggressive on the glass. He handles the ball more than anybody else. They let him run the point, get the ball to SGA. Coming off of screens, all those good things. So I like Jalen Williams over 10.5 rebounds and assists. It was an auto play for us in the playoffs. It was an auto play for us down the stretch last year during the regular season. In home games, they're home again tonight. I like that. And then SGA 30 plus points. He's under this in 2 or 3 straight. And it has not been an area that we've had a lot of success in. That being said, I'm giving it out as an official play by itself as well. Minus 148. The odds are a little bit better in our favor. And like, this guy has been consistently going for 30. Talked about Puka Nacua a few minutes ago. SGA for 30 has been that way for the last 2 years. Like, this is a guy that just does it. Now, last 2 games were a little different. The last game, like, NBA Cup, didn't get to the free throw line as much as I would have liked to see, and he still finished with 29. Game before that, he didn't play the 4th quarter. But that's not an excuse, because in a lot of games where he plays just 3 quarters, he plays the 12 minutes and still gets us to 30. The game before that, they won by 50 damn points. Of course, he's going to come out a little bit earlier than expected. I don't know that they beat the Clippers by 50 tonight, but I think they have success scoring. So give me SGA 30 plus minus 148 by itself, and then SGA 30 plus, Jalen Williams over 10.5 rebounds and assists plus 198.
Excellent. There you go. And we've got more bets on the Thursday night game. Again, go back. It's really easy. Go to the YouTube, go to Spotify. Everything is chaptered. You can scroll pretty quickly through the YouTube and see the bets. Or rewatch the whole show if you'd like. We're never opposed to that. But I'm on Parkinson in some other ways. I've got some Shaheed plays that I still really like. I think people are going a little too gaga about the weather. So yeah, check that stuff out. There's still a lot of bets that we've given out this week that we feel strongly about. I guess we've asked you guys to send in emails if you're so inclined. We appreciate when you do. That's at, wannabetwithus@gmail.com. Mark Hoff has emailed us a couple of times. We've gone back and forth. Mark has raised the specter, Beltway Ben, of the ads that get placed in our YouTubes. And we don't have any control over that. There's an algorithm that does that. I guess there's been I don't know about a lot. Some people have seen political ads in there. Just go to my Twitter. I think you get a pretty good understanding of what I believe in, who's a fraud, pig, criminal, disgusting human being, despicable, deplorable piece of shit, and what I believe in and what this country was founded on. So if you're seeing ads that are placed in here by a computer algorithm that you don't believe in, reach out to YouTube if you want. I have. If there is a way to get that garbage banned from our content, I will do so, but I don't believe that's within our wherewithal. Mark also sent in this email, Beltway Ben. The city of Leverkusen, which sits on the Rhine between Köln and Dusseldorf, is home to the champions of the German Bundesliga from the 23-24 season and is also the headquarters of what multinational corporate giant. Now, I immediately started thinking that this had to be a car, right? Because we talked about Wolfsburg as the home of Volkswagen. And we know that BMW, Bavarian Motor Works, is located in Munich, in Bavaria, home of the mighty Bayern Munich. But then it just struck me reading that email. It's Bayer. It's the headquarters of Bayer, like where they make the aspirin. So it's not auto. It's got to be Bayer, like Bayer aspirin, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. And I'm pretty sure you're right because I looked it up after he sent us that email because I would have never gotten it in my life. Don't pay attention to it. So I'm going to go with Bayer too. Bayer.
Yeah. So Mark, let us know. Mark, we feel your pain. I don't know why you're getting that stuff. Like when I rewatch this, thankfully, I don't see any of those despicable pieces of shit on my YouTube. And hopefully better times are ahead for America and democracy. And yeah, so that's that. Better
Also,
times. Yeah.
I was going to just say, I did see Jeff was very active in our comments today. I haven't seen Jeff in a while. Jeff is one of the OGs, one of the loyal. Did say
Jeff
we're
Freeland,
almost,
who created our
Yes.
website.
Yes, Jeff is one of the best. He said we're almost to 2,000 subscribers, which is true. We are very close. Just subscribe to us on YouTube if you're not. If you're watching this on Twitter, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, you don't have a YouTube account, just make one real quick and give us a subscription. Anything helps. It's very simple. And you can watch a lot of different things on YouTube. So shout out to Jeff. Great to see him in the comment section as always. Welcome
back, Jeff. Respect. So yeah, that's the show. How have things been going around here? We show you at the beginning and end of every show. Beltway Ben called the Giddy triple-double last night. College of Charleston shat the bed. We've got a lot going tonight. And yeah, we are working ahead. So sometimes we're giving you plays a day, 2 days, 3 days, sometimes even a week or more ahead because, well, we played it for a reason in real time. And we try to get you that guy's value when we really like those plays here. Again, you can email us at wannabetwithus@gmail.com. You want to partner with us? You think your brand could align with us? It's First Down, sponsored by PetSmart. I mean, we love the animals around here.
We do.
I love animals more than people. I certainly do. So yeah, reach out to us. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back at 11 tomorrow. We've got soccer on coming up this weekend.
We're going live at 11?
Premiership. What's that?
11 tomorrow?
Oh, you want to do 11?
No. I thought you just said 11.
I'm an idiot. I mean, I don't know why I said 11.
Noon?
Probably because I started thinking about soccer, and then we're at 11 sometimes on the weekends. Noon tomorrow?
Yeah, noon works.
Noon tomorrow. We'll see about Saturday. Sunday will be 11. But yeah, college basketball, NBA, Premiership, Die Bundesliga. Obviously NFL, a lot going on. So thank you guys
College football
for wanting.
College football playoffs tomorrow.
What's that?
College football playoffs are tomorrow. It's crazy.
Playoffs tomorrow. Sneaks up on you.
It does. It does. You lose track of time.
It sneaks up on you. Beltway Ben will be all over the college playoffs. I don't think I'm going to have many college football plays.
Also, shout out to you. You called it. Yesterday you said we were due to hit one of our team rushing. I didn't even give you the shout out at the beginning when we talked about Delaware's team total rushing. They did cash.
You're going to give me credit for that. I don't know about that. I don't. I'll take it, Beltway Ben, but you're far too kind. So anyway, that's the show. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow on Wannabet.